Hi, and welcome to this tutorial for the monthly and annual budget spreadsheet. In this video, I'll show you how to set up the spreadsheet, enter your transactions, and track your spending both month by month and across the entire year. With just a few minutes of setup, you'll have a complete overview of your finances and a helpful tool to support your budgeting goals. In this video, I will be using the Google Sheets version, but the Excel version works in the same way. Before we start, it's important to know some cells contain formulas that are essential for the spreadsheet to function. These cells are protected to prevent accidental edits. If you try to edit a protected cell, you'll see a warning message. Whenever you see this message, click Cancel to avoid breaking the formulas. It's best to leave these cells as they are. But if you really need to remove protection, you can do it as follows. In Google Sheets, go to Data and click Protect Sheets and Ranges, select the sheet, and click the trash can icon. In Excel, go to Review and click Unprotect Sheet. The spreadsheet contains 15 sheets, and I will take you through them. The very first sheet you see here is the README sheet. It contains a very brief version of instructions, so you can easily refer back to them when needed. Now let's walk through the setup. We'll start in the Annual Budget sheet. Here you can configure your yearly view by selecting your start month, your start year, and your currency. All of these options are available through drop-down menus, and you can adjust them at any time. The currency symbol will update automatically throughout the entire spreadsheet. This sheet will eventually summarize all your monthly data, so setting it up first ensures everything flows correctly. Next, head over to the Customization sheet. The spreadsheet includes 5 transaction types: income, savings, bills, expenses, and debt. Each type has its own set of categories. You can rename these categories to match your personal budgeting style. These categories are used in every month sheet and in the annual budget to group your transactions and give you insight into your spending patterns. Next, let's look at the month sheets from January through December. In the planned columns, you'll enter your planned amounts for each transaction type and category. Here in the top left corner, you can see how much you have left to budget. Let's fill all these planned amounts. Now, let's move to the Transactions sheet. This is where you will enter all your financial activity. For each transaction, fill in the type, selected from the drop-down, the category, also from the drop-down, the date, and the amount. When double-clicking in the date cells, it will open a date picker in Google Sheets. Excel doesn't have this functionality, so Excel users will need to type the date. You can also add a description, but this is optional. Some fields are required for the spreadsheet to work correctly. If you leave out required information, the row will turn red, so you can easily spot that something is missing. The spreadsheet also uses data validation to ensure everything is entered correctly. For example, the amount column must contain a number, and the date column must contain a valid date. If something is entered incorrectly, you'll see a notification. Once your transactions are entered, the spreadsheet automatically distributes them in the respective month sheets. You will notice that at the top of the sheet, there are 3 filters. When your transactions list starts becoming really long, you can use these filters to filter by date, type, and category. If you are using the Excel version of the spreadsheet, you won't see these filters at the top, but instead you will see arrows next to the column headers, which you can use to filter. When you return to the month sheets, you will see that the actual columns are filled automatically based on the transactions you entered earlier. This gives you a clear overview of how your spending compares to your budget. If you have a starting budget, enter it in the January sheet. For the remaining months, you can choose to roll over leftover money from the previous month using the drop-down menu. This makes it easy to track your budget continuously throughout the year. If you are starting your budgeting year in a different month than January, there is no cell for a starting budget. Instead, you can add any starting budget you have as income. Finally, return to the Annual Budget sheet. This sheet summarizes all your monthly data to give you a full year overview by month, transaction type, and category. It also includes a top spending categories section, which highlights where most of your money goes. This makes it easier to identify patterns, spot overspending, and find opportunities to optimize your budget. And that's the full walkthrough of the monthly and annual budget spreadsheet. I hope this tutorial helps you get started quickly and confidently. If you have any questions or need help, feel free to message me on Etsy. I'm always happy to assist.